Admiral's Log. In another stunning victory against the Italian Navy, our forces have successfully sunk 16 more enemy ships, including 9 battleships. This triumph is a testament to the skill of our sailors, who have once again demonstrated their ability to outfight and outmaneuver a formidable adversary. However, these victories come at a high cost. The relentless attrition of these battles is beginning to take its toll, and we face a stark reality. The invasion of Ancona might not be feasible under these conditions. The Italians, though suffering heavy losses, still have a reserve of battleships to call upon. In contrast, our own navy cannot afford such extensive losses. The strain on our fleet is significant, and every ship lost is a blow to our operational capacities. We must carefully examine these next steps, weighing the risks and benefits of continued engagement. Our strategic advantage lies not in the sheer numbers, but our ability to strike decisively and minimize our own casualties. As we regroup and reassess our position, we must remain vigilant and adaptive. The path to victory will require not only strength and courage, but also strategic finesse. Our resolve is unwavering, and we will continue to pursue objectives with determination and prudence. Hey guys, Stealth here, and welcome to episode 49. The Italians are back for, well, round 3, 4, 5? The last one? I'm not sure. They've brought pretty much all the battleships that they have close to Ancona. This is really bad news, because the ships that I still have are in a pretty bad state. Some of them have taken some serious damage, some of them might not even be around anymore, and some of them might not have a whole lot of ammunition left. So let's see what I can still do against this massive Italian fleet. Here we go. Instantly everything opens up. The first volleys in the air instantly. Now let's have a look at the state of my fleet, because I'm quite concerned about the fleet that I currently have. I have 6 battleships, and that includes a couple of the ships of the where are they? Here they are, the Cursed Fish class. They're not bad ships. It's just that they don't really hold themselves that well against a couple of Italian battleships, let alone 13. So what I'm going to try and do is disengage. My ships have already done serious battle against the enemy, and I don't believe they can do it again. There is just way too much opposition. What I will try and do is get at least some of the torpedoes away from some of these torpedo carriers, the Cursed Fish, but they too are lacking in ammunition. They got 32 torpedoes left under the Naples Skull. Where's the other one? The Meiji, also 32. That is curiously exactly the same. Yeah. You guys detach. Holy crap. Who lost the main tower? Oh, the Heart Nutter. This is not looking good. There is some serious potential for me to lose a lot of ships here. Oh, Nanning is about to sink. You took 29,000 points of damage? Just now? Sweet Jesus, that was a hit for 20,000? What the hell? I don't think I can save this ship. I think the Nanning might be done. Thankfully, the Nanning is it's one of the cheaper ships here at 400 million. Maybe she can limp out of the battle, but I don't think her odds are going to be very good. Let's smoke up with the cruisers. Smoke up with the cruiser is what I was trying to say. Oh, everything is tied up. Everything is blending into one big mess of a fleet. They've done 42,000 points of damage. I'm gonna lose the whole battle group at this rate. Run. Like, the rate of fire that the Italians are able to lay down with 13 battleships is bizarre. Look at this. That's 1, 2, and a couple of DDs for good measure. This is... I'm not even sure where to start counting ships. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... 6, 7, 8. If they would all pretty please come out under the smoke screen, that'd be great. Look at that, there's 4 of them together. 5. The hell? I'm not even sure how to convey all of this in the thumbnail. Especially because I'm trying to get like a thumbnail without a whole lot of smoke coverage. That's impossible because these things fire all the damn time. There's one of them that's always going to be shooting something. And they're all getting pushed sideways, so a torpedo attack... Well, it's not impossible, it's just difficult. Pascal, what's your torpedo range? Well, we're getting there. The problem is, these tips are fairly expensive. And I would hate to lose them. They cannot really retreat very quickly. Oh, Scott. And the Meiji are out of torps. Okay, run. Retreat. Only the Pascal has 32 torps available. That's about it. Everybody else, start turning around. Quickly, if you will. Like, Hardnutter, just disengage, dude. We sunk something. What, like a DD? Run! Grumpy Gamer Guy might still be able to make a stand, but it's pretty much one battleship with a bunch of 15-inch guns against 11... 11? Yeah, I think it was 11 of those Italian monsters. As for my torpedo attack, I might have an opportunity to disrupt their formation, but with anti-torp 5 blister, like it's not going to do that much. Is that a battleship? No, it's a DD. Jesus, they're really throwing everything at the defensive Ancona here. Yeah, you're just going to have to try and get your torps and run. And the rest of you, just stay alive long enough. The problem is probably getting away, because I can do 26 knots on a good day. This is not one of them. That was good damage, though. 159,000. This ship can do about 30 knots if running alone. And I think it is. Yeah. Just wonder what my ships are shooting at exactly. We're shooting at the small trash. Whereas if you shoot this, you're bound to hit something. Battle ships here. Yeah, they're trying to disengage. Okay. I'm gonna make this every man for himself, because some of these guys can do 31 knots. Let's get these ships out of here. Lord of Chains. Like, the ammo is not the problem, it's just my survivability. Speaking of. Yikes. Poor ship. Hawaii, at 31 knots, should be able to run out of here. If it doesn't collide with the Nanning before that happens. Why are they all shooting up the transport, or the escorts here? Please tell me at least you have your guns trained on the right target. Are you considering it? I don't want to lose the Zhong'an, because that's about 3 billion worth of warship. Okay, fine. Eliminate this before it torpedoes the whole division. Or what's left of the division. Now, I was really hoping that this was going to be one of those battles where I would get access to both of the fleets. Because I have 2 fleets over here, not 1. Sadly, that is not the case. Okay, dude, I need you to torpedo right now. This big blob is just a guarantee that you'll hit something. But you do need to make something happen right now. Okay, that's torpedoes away. Now run. You can still do 29 knots. I expect you to start running. Quickly, if you will. I'm not going to try and turn around. It's not worth my time. I'll try to put the main guns on this. I guess we're still wrecking DDs as a bit of a side target. Yeah, we're wrecking some of the cruisers too. A lot, I might add. Oh boy. What's the status of the rest of the retreating ships? Cruisers. Still kind of perpendicular to the rest of the fleet. Not supposed to do that. Let's see if you guys can shoot up this between the two of you. On your way out. Like, we're trying to disengage here. Zhong'an, only doing 25 knots. No, you're not going to turn in, you're going to turn out. Grumpy. Your target is... yeah, one of the battleships back there. Look at that. They've done 369,000 points of damage. I've done 71. The good news so far is that I have been able to sink a few of their ships. The bad news is I am not even nearly done. And retreating is probably not going to work out. There's torps. Yeah, they're fanning out nicely. We might still be able to land a few targets. Maybe slow them down some. I'm a bit concerned about this ship here, because it's going to do 24 knots. There we go, that's another ship down. Zhong'an, target this. We need to get rid of these close ships. Ooh, 3,200 damage. I think Zhong'an is pretty much done for. It's going to snowball, she can't run. She can't really survive, because she's losing crew at an alarming rate. Her damage control is faltering. Oh, we did get another cruiser. What you got there? That's a battleship. Now, the Italian battleships are not that sturdy. Their armor quality is generally awful. So, in that sense, maybe I could do something against them. But, well, their ricochet angles are generally pretty good. Let's target the lead one and see where it gets us. As for these torps, there's one. And here's the rest of the wave. They did just wave to the starboard side of them. Yeah. So we're not landing any torps here. That is unfortunate. We've landed 0 torps. Oh, hold on. I've done 400,000 damage, not them. They've done 86. Okay. This is going to have some serious impacts on the invasion of Ancona. Like, it'll probably not succeed. I need to try and figure out what the whole Italian fleet is moving towards. And then put everybody on about a 90-degree angled course away from that particular position. Which I think is working out with these ships. But not the Zhong'an. I think the ship is going to get sacrificed. Yeah, start turning starboard. Start trying to kite these things away. Insofar as you can do that. I mean, look at this blob. You can take the whole blob with you, that'd be great. But I don't really expect a whole lot. Oh, this is probably one of their heavily armored battleships. They have 2 different ones. Yeah, this is a 14-incher. Okay. Fine. Give me identification on this. I think it's the 18-inchers that are more glass cannons, like these. They're 36 clicks away, though. So it's going to be a bit more difficult to hit. Come on. Yeah. That is heavily armored. I'm not getting through that. Thankfully, all that armor comes at a significant weight, allowing these ships to only do 24 knots. So maybe I can kind of outrun them. Yeah, but you can't. As for torps, nothing. We're still landing hits here. But... oh, that's actually one of their battleships. Interesting. You. Pretty much all of you. Target... where's the 18-incher? This thing right here. San Pietro. 9.2 inches of main belt. And almost no deck armor. If we can knock this thing down, that would really help offset the losses that we've taken. Or, well, that we're about to take. Maybe we can even hit the other battleship behind it, the Concordia. But, yeah. That's one of their tanks. Zhong'an is down. Yep, she's gone. These guys have ammunition that'll last them a lifetime, so it's not likely that we'll be able to just disengage. Oh, they're engaging the cruisers now. while that's not optimal, I'd rather have them sink a cruiser or two than eliminate another battleship. Or a battle cruiser, because these things are, well, of all the losses that I can take, they're the least. Oh, there goes the Nanning. She's down to 0.3. Oh, she's fought well. Tough ship. Did a lot for me over the course of her lifetime. Now, what's the range to the Italian fleet? About 32 clicks. Which is still within their range, supposedly. Especially those 18s. They can travel 60 clicks. Good lord. They all seem to be heading on a northeast course. Oh god, and these things can do 32 knots. That's faster than I'm doing. I think they're going after the cruisers. There goes the Nanjing heavy cruiser. Come on, if I can do it times 10, that means that we're already disengaging quite well. And Pascal comes zipping past. Grumpy Gamer guy, having done 227,000 points of damage. Probably slapped a cruiser around. Taken 190. Very healthy ship. I love to keep it that way. But not a whole lot that I can currently do to actively control that. Oh, they've lost sight of the Scots. Scots already disengaged far enough. Which is like, what, 50 clicks? Yeah, pretty much. Which is bad news for this ship, because she is still only doing 19 knots and the whole Italian fleet comes sailing in at 22. But not the San Pietro, because they're doing 28. Oh dear. Oh dear. What cruiser is that? Oh, Lord of Chains. 61,000 damage. Not bad, dude. Not bad. Now, with all the losses that I've taken here, I think the whole invasion thing is not going to go through. We simply don't have the tonnage anymore. Even though I did port strikes, like, it's not going to give me enough of a tonnage advantage. And these Italian battleships are going to stay here. They'll probably get docked, get repaired, get resupplied, and we'll have to do another round against them, which I simply do not have the ships for. We're going to have to spend a couple months repairing these things. And, I don't know, maybe just doing some, let's say some colony invasions. Maybe that'll be a better use of my time. A while later, the Italian Navy, I think, only has eyes on the Hardnutter. The last of her kind. The last of these old, let's say, galleon-esque battleships. She's going to be unable to get out of here. Maybe I can play for time, but 1.5 hours is going to take a lot of survivability, and she simply doesn't have it. So, with her stern battery destroyed, I'm going to just make as much use of her main battery remaining, the last 16-inch gun, as possible. And just do some damage against this ship over here. The San Pietro, that is. Because that's that weak, unarmored thing. As for other ships, well, like, there's no shortage of them. Actually, that might be a slightly better target, if I can get at it. It's easier to kill, I suspect. Yeah. Oh, and it just smoked up. Okay, fine. We're gonna switch back to the San Pietro. I expect her life expectancy to be cut even more. But I think it's only fair for this ship to go down fighting. Not just out with a whimper, but out with a couple of bangs from her 16-inch shells. Yep, she's still damaging the enemy ship right there. We can probably use armor piercing. 140 shells remain. Most of the crew is still alive and hard at work to control all the damage. But considering her opposition, it is of no use. This ship is done for. The Enigma Huns have served me for a very long time. Especially early game with those casemate guns. They were extremely effective against smaller threats, destroyers, light cruisers alike. But after a while, those casemate guns became far less effective as the battle ranges increased. And the problem that these ships always had was they had to go broadside in order to make use of all of those guns. So when the time came to start upgrading these things, I at some point added the 16-inch guns. I think they had 13s originally back in the day. Their armor has always been pretty good. This ship has had a full armor quality overhaul. It's now at 200%. Main belt of 16-inch. Fore and aft belt 8-inch. Main deck 7. Fore and aft deck 5-inch. You can see that though the ship is taking hit after hit after hit, it's mostly partial pens. Well, except for that one. That was a foredeck pen and a main deck pen. But then again, against an 18-inch gun, it's very, very difficult to armor up. Point 1, and she's gone. So I have lost 2 battleships. I have also lost 2 cruisers. But they have also lost some ships. They have lost 2 cruisers and 2 destroyers. And seeing as their destroyers and cruisers are generally more expensive than mine, at 956 million, I can get 2 battle cruisers of the Chengdu class for 1 heavy cruiser of theirs. Nanjing is 450 million, so again it's about half. Which means that despite this potentially being a substantial loss, the victory point score is actually not that bad. The good news is that though this particular assault may have failed, we are looking at an invasion against Eastern Sicily from Western Sicily, which is kind of what I was expecting to happen. So over here, the army has taken it upon himself to start marching. Unfortunately, there's a bit too much defense. 564,000 men in Eastern Sicily. My armillage is probably not that good. 31%. Yeah, especially with the loss of those battleships, it's not looking very good. Interestingly, with these Italian battleships out of the area, at least for now, we're actually looking at a 100% chance to succeed with the invasion of Ancona. The bad news is that these ships, well, some of these ships have taken severe damage. Some of them are perfectly fine. Like, this is the weakened, wounded fleet. These guys can still fight. Despite being able to fight, I am looking at fighting 13 Italian battleships. Maybe I can add another battleship to my fleet, but it would have to bypass the whole Italian battle group. So I think for now, it's probably better to disengage. We're going to go sailing back to Cagliari and resupply and repair there. And at Olbia. Do I have another? Yeah, I got the Lord of Chains super battleship over there with the 20s. I'm going to keep her there. As for our invasion of Spain, it's actually going quite well. We are walking into southern Spain, and it looks like we might succeed there. 68% and counting. Over here, we get a 7% advance. We have lost, well, substantially more than the Italians, but we have 254,000 men behind us. So that's looking quite well. We have taken over Eritrea. We are invading Sudan. We're invading Chad, which is definitely going to go through. We're invading Fezan Gadames. Let's see if I can take... Which is the more interesting one? Somaliland. Yeah, we're going to have to take Mogadishu, because nothing bad ever happens in Mogadishu. Let's go there. Nothing bad ever happens in Mogadishu. Let's go here. I think my fleet at the moment is slightly too far away to start invading that right from the get-go. Yeah, it won't let me. It'll let me invade Sudan, but that's already underway. So ideally, I will get my ships back, repair them, resupply them, potentially get some more ships, although I'm only building 1 battleship, and I think the rest might be for export. So that's not really going to help me that much. Yeah, look at that. The whole roster is with export ships. I just need to keep this war going. Because I do have a pretty monstrous victory point score over the Italians. And I'm working my way through Spain. And I'm working on taking 1, 2, 3, 4, potentially 5 territories off of them. So I just need to keep the war going. And see where it takes us. A little while later, I find myself engaging a Spanish task force. Well, a Spanish convoy to be exact. These are all transports. Very easy pickings. These guys aren't even packing any single gun. This guy is. It's a battle ship. Sorry, it's a battle cruiser, a Spanish battle cruiser. Armed with quite some substantial firepower. This thing has 12, 13 inchers. It's kind of the bane of my heavy cruisers. Thankfully, my heavy cruisers fear no man. One woman. And with that, are just going to go toe-to-toe with this battle cruiser, dump some torpedoes into them, and call it a day. I just hope that my ships can sustain the punishment up until the point where we actually get into range. Should be doable. And especially since these things are doing 33 knots, well, we're gonna get there pretty quick. I also have 3 DDs. They too are gonna try and lend a hand. For now, they're just kind of harassing the enemy ship with their 5 inchers, not doing a whole lot of damage, but maybe adding some crew loss to the grief that the ship is already suffering. Let's start turning these guys loose on this battle cruiser. I think at this range, armor piercing should be sufficient. And try and maintain something of an angle. Yeah, not like that. Come on, dude. Blocked, blocked. I don't know the armor quality and armor scheme of this ship. So it's kind of guesstimating that at this range I'll be able to go through with AP. But I seem to have guesstimated wrong. Okay, torpedoes active. You two, hard to port, torpedoes active. Ow! Holy shit, dude. Yeah, that was the 13 inchers at work. That wrecked the Heijong so fast. I need you to dump these torps right now. Because there's nothing stopping them from doing the exact same thing to you. Oh god, this torpedo launcher, I activated that way too late. Armor quality, good. Anti-torpedo blister, 2. Okay, torps are away. Great. Yeah, just try and disengage. The DDs are gonna have to come in close as well. Come on, please run into some torpedoes. That's my guy. There you go. That is half the battle cruiser done. She's not that expensive. I think this is a pretty interesting design. 13-inch guns. I mean, if you're facing the Italian fleet, you'll have trouble. Because with all their 18-inch guns, they are definitely far more of a battleship fleet. They're dealing with far bigger targets than what I currently bring. But if you got this guy just escorting, I mean, it's fast enough to catch a cruiser most of the time. It's got the guns to nail a cruiser, as we have seen. It's a very dangerous adversary. It's not too pricey. So I think that, for once, the AI has built actually a very good ship. Unfortunately for her, she's gonna have to get put down. Because I cannot let this battle cruiser devastate the rest of my ships. That's 3 hits. 1 dud. Okay, you get to launch as well. Well, she's suffering, but she's struggling to stay alive. Yep, torps away. No escape for her, not at this range. These torps are fast, 52.9 knots. That's gonna be 5 hits. Yeah, that did it. You can cease fire. Alright, and now it is off to hunting transports. Anybody seen transports? That way. Alright, that way we shall go. Come about. Heavy cruiser. Jesus, you got mauled just on the way out, didn't you? Ooh, boy. I hope this heavy cruiser survives. But her buoyancy is... well, she has it under control. Whew, could have fooled me. Look at the list of that ship. I'm surprised they can still operate the guns. Jeez. Yeah, they really did a number on her. And the Heijong. Like, she got hit so bad. 5,300, 3,600, 16,988, 12,477. Maybe I should have let the DDs go first. Let the DDs at least soak up some of the attention before trying to do the torpedo attack with the heavy cruisers. Because a DD is worth 219 and a heavy cruiser like this is worth about double. Nevertheless, we got it done. And seemingly only lost one heavy cruiser, although this heavy cruiser, the Hexie, she's gonna need a bit of time to recuperate. At any rate, we now get to feast on their transports. I don't exactly get why my... oh, there we go. Why my guns are still aiming. It's always fun to snack on these transports. I know it's just bullying the Spanish at this point. But hey, they declared war on me for some unknown reason. And this is the price that they pay. This is what they now get. The complete destruction of their economy and the takeover of their territory by the Chinese. Look at that. On Coronado. Done. Martin. Done. And then we got 3 more. Oh, these are packing. My bad. 3.3s. Have they actually done anything? Maybe. Like 39 damage? Yeah, no matter. I think the DDs are just... yeah, they're really racking up the damage. 249k, 280k. And there's the last of them. So, a bit of fun for the DD's crews. And thankfully the Hexie survived. But only just. Now, to wrap this episode up, thankfully my fleet has made it back to Cagliari and Olbia. Unfortunately, they're not exactly field-worthy. They do need quite a bit of repairs, like 14 months for the Zadlo, 5, 4, 1. That's the grumpy guy. 7, 4, and 1. So thankfully, we're getting the fleet out pretty quick. But, yeah, we're definitely going to need a bit more firepower. Let's also launch this ship in... look at the amount of ports I can pick from. Yeah, put it in Palermo, put it in Western Sicily. Because we already have 3 of the Lord of Chains class in Olbia. The Bear Guy, the Hailing, the Gang, and the Sun CK coming out soon. So that is a lot of 20-inch guns. Whether they'll be useful... I don't know. It's just that I don't want to refit them. Because my shipyards are very, very much overstretched already. So I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time refitting them. As for the Italian fleet... their battleships, well, they got 2 of them here. They have another one going apparently west. The invasion here of Sicily completely failed after about 1 month. I'm not sure where the rest of the ships are, but yeah, we'll have to look into that. Anyway, that's it for today. Next episode, we're going to invade Mogadishu. We're going to invade Italian Somaliland, taking another 7 billion off their economy. And ideally, that economy is already coming to a grinding halt. Look at that, minus 8%. That is some really good growth. At least it's good for me. They got 9 active battleships. So, yeah, they're definitely repairing a bunch. That is the damage that I've done. I don't think I'll be able to capitalize on it, unfortunately, because my ships are similarly wounded and undergoing repairs. So with my 6 battleships, I doubt I'll be able to take on all 9 of theirs. So we'll have to wait. And we'll also have to wait and see what these 64 Italian ships are that they're building. For now, thank you for watching, I hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you soon for more.